Hey guys, Psycho Chef here. Welcome to the newly named Guild Wars 2 hype. I started doing this because I am just so hyped up about this game. I'm so excited. It's going to be awesome. I just saw videos on YouTube, well, a video on YouTube from GameSpot that they did a Gamescom preview, combat preview from Guild Wars 2, and it was dealing with one of the small, the small dragons, and I'll put a link to the video below, but when you watch the video, that's what they call a small dragon. Yeah. Wow. I'm kind of scared to see what the elder dragons are going to look like. Mainly because it's kind of frightening to see something that you probably don't even stand as big as its toenail. And the fact that my computer doesn't take to lag too well and the video processor is kind of crappy, in case you haven't noticed. And so, like, having something that big and just that much video stuff crammed into it, it's going to fry my computer. So, but I'm really looking forward to it. The concept behind it is just great to me. I'm going to turn my fan on because I'm roasting alive here. I've got all this equipment on, and so it's probably about a good 80 degrees in here now. But anyway, so, I lost where I was. Oh, right. The gameplay from the video was actually pretty cool. It was an Asura Guardian. I'm pretty sure it was a Guardian because it had a two-handed scepter. I don't think warriors can use those. But anyway, moving on. It was really cool to see one of these dynamic events in context. You know, you see, you know, a couple of 2-3 minute videos of just, you know, one person running in and doing this, and I don't even think it was actually gameplay. It was just one of their little videos that they had, and to actually see it in the game, in actual gameplay context with all these other players, you know, real people running around and doing doing all this other kind of stuff and helping out, was really kind of cool. And using that as my jumping off point, which I seem to have more jumping off points than Robin Williams. But anyway, using that as my jumping off point, dynamic events. That's just what I'm going to talk about today, is the dynamic events in Guild Wars 2. For those of you that don't know what a dynamic event is, it's essentially the same as questing without the questing. Let me explain. Questing. WoW, Latro, Rift, whatever. Oh look, here's an NPC with an exclamation point over his head. I'm going to right click on it. Oh, now I have like a page of text that I have to read. Okay. Oh, that's what I'm supposed to do. Okay, then you go and you have to find whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing, and you go and you do it. And then you finish it, you kill your boars or your murlocs or whatever, your kobolds, and you come and you run back and you turn it in, and you get your XP, you move on. That's not a dynamic event. In Guild Wars 2, a dynamic event is something that just happens. You're just walking around, minding your own business, oh, crap, dynamic event. It'll give you a little icon, something or another, that'll say, you know, new event available, something to that effect. And you go and you walk up to these NPCs, and instead of clicking on them and getting this whole page of freaking text, they yell at you. They actually yell. I mean, they'll probably have like little speech bubbles above their head or whatever, but they'll yell at you. You'll be able to hear it. They'll say, help, help, centaurs are attacking our village. Oh my god, save us, ah! And you go and you help them defend their village. And then you either succeed or you don't succeed. And that kind of ties in with your personal storyline thing, is that if you succeed, then this whole nother set of events or whatever opens up. And if you fail, then a different set of events opens up. And then, depending on whether you succeed or fail at those events, it branches off and says, okay, if you succeed, you're going to do this, and if you fail, you're going to do this. And then another branches off of that. If you succeed on this one, and it just, I mean, it's this whole just spectrum of things that you can do, just tons of possibilities and combinations of possibilities. And it's incredible. I don't know about you, but I've never seen that oh, my lips are moving too fast again tonight. You don't see this in MMOs. Yeah, you see it in RPGs a lot. You know, you go and you know, depending on what actions you take, it does something different, and that's great. In RPGs, I would expect that from an RPG. And in MMO, not so much. In MMOs, you think, oh, I have to go and I have to quest and I have to grind and grind and grind and grind, and then all of a sudden you know, it's 7 o'clock in the morning and you have to go to work in 2 hours. No. You don't have to do that. You just go, you run around, this dynamic event happens, you go and you do it, and you play your part, you succeed or you fail, and then you move on, depending on whatever it is that happened. Sometimes another dynamic event pops up right afterwards, and you go and you do that dynamic event. And Damn it, screensaver. I could have swore I put my mouse in the corner. Anyway, so these dynamic events are just all over the map. You don't go to any one specific person, click on them, and then they tell you what to go do. No, you go and you do them. And other people can come and they can help you out on a whim, because a dynamic event will pop up for them too. So let's say, for example, I'm helping defend this village against centaurs. And that's the stereotype that the Guild Wars 2 guys use all the time. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing. You are defending this group against some centaurs. And a couple other people say, hey, look, this guy's defending against centaurs, and we're going to go and we're going to help him. Well, it's not going to be the 3 of you against 5 centaurs. It's going to be the 3 of you against 15 centaurs, or whatever the mathematical deal is. But it's going to escalate depending on how many people there are. And it's going to progressively, I won't say get more challenging. Well, eventually it will. I mean, you get like 700 people battling this one dragon. Yeah, it's going to be really challenging, because I would assume he's going to hit a lot harder. He's going to have a lot more abilities to deal with, because, well, there's 700 people trying to kill him. But at any rate, you have, 2 or 3 people come and they help you out, and the event changes. I'm trying to think what words they use when explaining how this worked. We'll probably get a better idea of how it works from the link in the description below from the Guild Wars 2 panel from Comic-Con. I'll go ahead and post that so you can watch it. It's probably going to be a lot more informative, but this is me getting excited. But anyway, it's going to scale. And it's not going to be, okay, I'm battling these 5 centaurs. If 2 people come and help me, we're going to do it like that. No. It's going to be, oh, these 2 other people are going to help me, so now instead of 5 on 1, it's 15 on 3. Which is still 5 on 1 when you break it down, but since there's 3 of you, it's 3:30, woo! Since there's 3 of you, it's going to scale the dynamic event to that level, instead of just saying, instead of making it easy and you can just blow through it and face roll it, it's going to be the same. It's still going to be the same challenge, even though there's more people. So for somebody like me, if I'm going and I'm doing something and somebody comes up and, they invite me to a group and we go and we just demolish all these things, yeah, that's great for me, but I didn't ask for your help. Am I appreciative? Yeah, especially when, I'm trying to go up against this elite mob that I have to kill for this quest, and, somebody just ninja invites you to a group, hey, come join this group, and you just kill it together. Yeah, sure, that's a lot of fun. That's actually helpful. But, just going through and just killing all these mobs and blowing through it like that, especially in a game that I had never played, like when I first started playing WoW, I didn't like it when people did that. I didn't think it was very much fun. I mean, yeah, sure, I get to 80 faster, a little bit faster, but there's no fun in somebody just coming in and helping you blow through it. Where's the challenge? Where's the entertainment? Sure, I could sit back and just start healing them, but, yeah, that's kind of boring, too. So, oh, now I'm not doing anything. Guild Wars 2 is just going to completely change that. So, I mean, even if people come and help you, the event's going to scale. And then, like I mentioned earlier, it's going to not interfere, but it's going to mix with your personal storyline, which I'm probably going to do a really bad job describing the personal storyline kind of deal. But in short terms, it is your actions determine your storyline and your home instance. I still have to read into what the home instance exactly is, but I have an idea of what it is. It's not like the inn in Stormwind where you go in and you say, okay, I'm done, I'm going to set my hearth here, and then I'm going to sit and I'm going to get rest. No. It is attuned to your personal storyline. And no 2 people are going to have the exact same storyline. I'm sure there'll be similarities, because if 2 people help out in one dynamic event and you succeed, then you're both probably going to get that merchant that you helped or whatever, and he's going to sell you goods in your home instance. That's totally understandable. But there's going to be people that are going to fail at one thing, and other people that are going to succeed at something else, or they're going to fail at something that somebody else succeeded in, and so on and so forth, all the way through the game. And again, in MMOs, that is completely unheard of. And I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be just incredible. Just have people help you out at random, number one, and then to just, have these dynamic events just pop up on your screen. You go, you do it, and then whether you succeed or you fail, you get, you get that person. For example, I think it was Colin Johansson, who I can't remember what his title is for the Guild Wars 2 team. I think he's a concept designer. Don't quote me on that. Again, in the link in the description to the Guild Wars 2 panel, he does he does a lot of talking, but it's really informative. And I think like the last 15 or 20 minutes of it, it's like a 50-minute video, but the last couple of minutes are a Q&A from the audience members. Some of the questions were really good. I think the last question was just superb. Props to that guy. And then, you know, of course, there's the one guy's like, "Hey, are you really gonna make the Commando a viable, playable class?" Okay, one bad question out of like, I don't know, 13 or so. I can live with that, and it was really informative. But anyway, to quote Colin, he said that one of the most simple dynamic events, just to give you an example, is you go and you save this, you go to this farmer. He says, "Help, rabbits are destroying my crop." And you go and you shoo the rabbits, or you kill the rabbits, or whatever it is. You get them away from his crop. He builds his fence around his, around his farm. And he says, "Oh, thank you so much." And you succeed. And you succeed, the farmer then appears in your home instance, and he sells you watermelons that you helped him to salvage. And he also sells you lucky rabbit's feet. I wonder where those came from. But nevertheless, that's an example of you win. And if you fail, then he's not in your home instance, and he does something different. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I mean, that's just a basic example. And then it scales on, much, much bigger and better things as you level through the game. And another one that, I don't know if it's in the Q&A or whatnot, that I know Colin Johansson was talking about it. He talks about, I think it's like the engineer starting, I can't remember exactly what he was talking about, but anyways, this village that you have to defend. And you defend this village, and you go through the first wave of attackers. And they say, "Okay, that first wave is over, let's build our defenses." And you go and you build a wall or something, you get more defenses up. And then the second wave comes in and you defend the second wave. And if you defend the second wave, you get to build turrets all over. And if you defend, if you defeat the third wave and you get, the turrets are still up, then you get a whole new quest chain, and so on and so forth. And it just chains, into these big, long, essentially what would be, I would consider quest chains, but they're so much cooler than quest chains, because you can fail at these. And then, oh crap, I failed. But failing doesn't mean you have to start all over like in in WoW. You have this escort quest. I hate escort quests. But you have this escort quest. Oh crap, the person died. Or I died, so therefore the person died. Beating, failed. Crap, now I have to go and I have to do it all over again. It was like 5 minutes. Oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. No, you fail it. Oops. You fail it. That's it. Something different happens. It doesn't mean you're terrible. It doesn't mean you suck. It just means that something different's going to happen for you now. It doesn't make the game any less enjoyable. It just says, okay, if you succeed, you get to go on and you do this. If you fail, okay, fine. You'll get to go and you do this. And, I mean, that's all throughout. That's pass or fail for every dynamic event. Every single one. And I think Colin said that there's like over 15,000. It's either 15,000 or 1,500. Again, it's in the video. Watch the video, people. It is awesome. I'm referring to it back a lot because it is very informative. Watch the video. But still, I mean, 15,000 dynamic events throughout Tyria? Wow! I mean, that means you can just be running along, minding your own business, and then it pops. And then you say, "Oh, okay, well, I'm done with that. I think I'm going to go back home, or I'm going to, go back to wherever my home instance is, or my main city." Oh, another dynamic event. It's completely different, but I just passed this place earlier. I mean, it's going to be incredible. Dynamic events are going to change the face of MMOs as we know them. Guild Wars 2 is going to shatter questing as a whole. No more questing, no more grinding. Dynamic events. That's where it's at. So, I'm running short on time. I hope that you've enjoyed this video and my rantings. I won't be doing these every day. I know I've done 3 in the past 3 days. That's not my intent. I'm just doing these on a whim, so if they seem a little unrehearsed, it's because they are. So, yeah. So more Guild Wars 2 hype to come soon. And guys, I'll catch you later.